It's like Aaron's like, I can't wait to use this for content. And Johnny, and by the way, both of these guys are in the wrong. Let me say that. Both of these gentlemen are in the wrong. Their relationship is off kilter. Aaron is live or die by the show, man. Burn it all down for the content. Be the show. Live the show, you know? And Johnny's a guy that used to like coming in and goofing on like Kamala Harris or like Elizabeth Warren and making wacky jokes and getting an easy paycheck. Now we're all surviving to keep our shows alive. And now, like Aaron dove off a 20-foot fucking diving board into 3 feet of water and snapped his neck and paralyzed himself. He dove full-fledged into the drama pool. Johnny, you can tell, was like, oh, we used to do a radio show. I used to be your sidekick. We used to be like, hey, you're, I don't know if you heard about this recently. There was a contest where somebody was told that they were going to get a Toyota as a prize. Turned out there was a toy Yoda. Have you heard about this one? And Johnny's like, whoa, what a dumb bitch in Hooters. And then they're like, and then there's a lot of Rock 105. The only station really rocks. And then like 30 minutes of commercials and then like 6 rock songs. And then, hey, Johnny, you hear about this one recently? Down there in, there was a law tuber. You might have heard of this. Covered the Johnny Depp trials of the, you might have heard about these. You've heard about this, right, Johnny? You heard about this guy. He covered the Kyle Rittenhouse trial. And turned out he had a bunch of cocaine, and he was, fucking everybody's wives. You heard about this one, Johnny? Yeah, whoa. But now you're in the internet. Now you're the drama. Now you're doxxed. Now they're just trying to ruin your kids' lives. Welcome to the internet. But Johnny, in his infinite wisdom, has decided the smart play here is to make kiwi farms and make the internet feel bad for him. Have sympathy for him? Like, what even is that? Like, every time I do an impression of Ethan Ralph, I always do the same one. Let me do my Ethan Ralph impression for you. Welcome to the sector, bitch! I'm fucking Johnny first tonight. Also, shout out to whoever's been donating. By the way, I don't think I didn't notice. Again, I don't obsessively watch other people's shows, but it's hard not to when you're driving 24 hours. So you put on shows that you follow. And I'll admit, I listened to more live Steel Toe than I've ever listened to in my life up to this point during this road trip. Because I was on the road. It's 4 a.m. I'm drinking some shitty coffee from a pilot station. I just took a dab and I'm trying to stay awake and I don't even know where I am. And I'm delirious. What do I put on? Oh, Aaron's live. I'll put that on. So it's like I've been getting to restudy like the little habits and stuff. And it's just so funny how Aaron talks about the farms and like Rudy Baga said and like all these other like he thinks he's part of the internet now. And it's like you haven't even got like Aaron, the internet has done horrible things to all of us. Will continue to do so. I don't even think you understand the level of the horrors that have yet to be visited upon you. They haven't even started yet. and you think that you're like this cool kind of in-between character that kind of gets along with the internet side, but kind of also is kind of a joke, and they'll goof on me, but it's good-natured. Holy shit, dude. Are you going to get skull-fucked out of existence? And poor Johnny is going down with you, because Johnny can't do that with the farms. Johnny can't go to 4chan. Johnny can't go to Kiwi Farms. Or the fucking all these sector weirdos like Troll Cow and be like, oh no, but I'm just so pathetic. They're gonna go, yeah, you are pathetic. It's hilarious. We're gonna make you kill yourself.
I did. It's just
I know you're focused. I'm trying to knock you off your game. I'm being an ass. I'm sorry.
Johnny thinks he's gonna endear his way out of this. It's not how the internet works, homie. You're just pathetic, and they're gonna press you harder. Remember, I made you cry because I said you sucked. That's literally, I just said, how much are you paying him? Because we could talk. This guy fucking said, what is this guy? Did you see that? Did he pop up behind me? Did it show up on camera? I didn't even see him. Come here.
Yeah, it's cool. But yeah, so we were texting and we were talking and arguing in circles for hours. I kept apologizing, but according to her...
Johnny, rookie move. Another piece of advice. Any bitch, I'm 41 years old. You have a daughter. The difference between you and me is that you have a daughter. You should, in some essence, granted, you have a daughter with a recessive gene, so your grandchild's probably going to be as fucked up as you are. So, way to go. Way to not edit yourself out of the gene pool. I decided to edit myself out of the gene pool because the Sheelys are not batting 1,000 right now. But you do you. That's fine. But, you have a daughter. She'll be normal. And then she's going to have a kid that's going to be all, I'm Aaron's co-host. I'm retarded. And beep, bop, boop, bop, boop. I'm in an egg chair. And that's something you did selfishly, and that's fine. But you have a legacy. You have a daughter. You have a thing. You have, some things you've done more. You've accomplished more than most people do. Stop putting up with these fucking hoes, dude. You understand? You know what I do when a bitch fucking tries to issue ultimatums and do this, that, the other, and you're rolling your eyes and freaking out about it? I'm just then don't fucking call me again. No, we need to talk, because if this is how I'm going to be treated, well, if I'm not going to be a priority and you're going to go on your show and talk about other pussy, well, I guess we're finished here. Okay. I appreciate your time. I guess we're finished here. Thank you. And then watch them go, no. Wait, let me call you. No. You made it clear that if I'm to continue to be the man I've been from the day you met me going forward, that there's going to be some kind of incident that's going to lead to the end of this. I say, let's save our time. Let's pack our bags now. No need to leave a toothbrush at my house. Let's end it right now. Let's go. That's what you need to do, Johnny. Look them confidently in the eye and go, let's go. And then they start panicking. And then she'll start sucking your crippled dick and doing what the fuck you say. You're the one with a show. She's only do you think she's wow, I love the egg. I love the guy that looks like he lives in an egg carton. I love the guy that looks like he lives in a Nazi egg carton with crippled legs, who knocks power cords out during broadcasts, who cries when people lightly push back against him. I want the weakest bitch, no dick asshole on the planet. I find that so sexy. Is it that? Or is it that you have a show? And her immediate fucking focus once she gets into your life is, I want you to destroy that show for me. She's a succubus cunt. And you're still flirting with the idea of staying in touch with her. I hope she ruins whatever semblance of a fucking life you have left, Johnny. You deserve this, because you're a weak pussy who can't just look a cunt in the face and say, oh, it's me or the show. Oh, it's you or the show. Well, yeah, the show pays my bills. You know? I don't want to hear about how bad your workday was every day. I don't want to hear about your bullshit. I don't want you adding drama to my life. I'd rather go live when I'm on the road and just talk to people. Like, you guys kept me sane for 3 hours one morning. I was deliriously tired going into New Jersey, and it was like 8 in the morning, and I'm like, and I went live, and we did a raid on Daywave, and it was awesome. And you guys put like 300 of you showed up at like 8 in the morning to be like, what up, Mersh? Yo, what up? Yo, like, I'm going to give that up for you, you cunt. Ladies, understand this right now. Best blowjob in the world. You could eat, listen, you could bring your twin sister to join you and have her eat my ass while you fucking suck the cum out of my balls. And it's not going to be worth, that whole experience won't be worth what I've managed to carve out of a very pathetic start at life. That's one thing, Johnny. I know you're crippled and I pick on you for that or whatever. Oh, you picking on guys that are lower than you? But you came from a better family than me. It's one thing I learned at this funeral this weekend. I got a fucked up family. I came from, like, it's perspective sometimes, man. When you go to, like, Christmas doesn't really give me perspective, right? Because that's our section of the family. That's me, what was my sister up until recently. Her son, his wife, their babies, my sister's fiance. We carved out a piece of our family that was like, yeah, we're gonna put up a tree and we're gonna be cool about this shit. We're gonna like really enjoy this shit. But for the most part, my family's fucked up, dude. The extended family did well, but my immediate family, like, it's very clear when you come to our events, sometimes you go like, we were the hard crew of our family. And that's fine, it's whatever. But it gives you perspective. You know? I know the internet loves to pick on me or whatever. I am. I'm fucked up. I'm very fucked up. But when you see where some of these people had to go through and what I've had to go through, I had it pretty good, man. I skated on a lot of shit, you know. By the way, true story, and I shit you not, man. My cousin showed up. My cousin who used to be a pimp and a drug dealer and a felon and like the scariest cousin I ever had in my life. And by the way, like, would kill somebody for me if he felt he needed to. You know what I mean? Like, he's loyal as fuck, but he's a mess, and he also is a burden and a piece of shit and very annoying sometimes. But overall, like, part of our clan. My cousin James showed up. The one that ran the escort service that I drove for. The guy that probably caused more strife in my family than he did good, but the few times he did do good, it was like MacGuffin, like end of Marvel Avengers Civil War, kind of like wrapping up a badly written story. Superhuman shit he would do to fix something once in a while, and you'd go, all right, well, he's good with us. We were talking about that at the funeral, actually. Like, my and this is absolutely a true story, verifiable by many. When I was about 10 years old, I lived on Thorn Street in Patchogue. And it was like, it was a tumultuous time in my life. Like, my sister Dawn left, the oldest one, the cunty one we don't like. My second oldest sister, Denise, the one that I saw at the funeral, she was like moving out at the time and had the most promise. Like, Denise had like a full-time job. She like went to cosmetology school, learned how to like do hair and shit. She was like, I'm out of here, whatever. She was on her way out. And then my sister Diane, the one that just recently passed, she had a kid when she was 16. My nephew, who now has the babies now, who's like turned out to be a better man than me. And some fight breaks out one day, and there's a lot of drama. My nephew's father at the time, who, it was young teenagers. Like, it was a guy and a girl. They were teenagers, whatever. But there was a beef going on over custody of my nephew. just to show you how wild the 90s and the late 80s were, like, you could just do shit like this and not get, like, federal charges. But, and I was telling this story at the funeral, and, like, my cousin was like, he's like, man, like, I was literally telling him the story, and he's like, I mean, like, I remember shit. He's like, but you're piecing together so many spots that I forgot. And I'm like, yeah, you were wilding out at 16 on all kinds of drugs. I was 10. I just remember watching you do shit. So, I was like 10 at the time. We lived on Thorn Street. Nobody was home at the time. It was just except me and my mom and my nephew, the one who is my sister who just died, like her oldest son. And he was a baby at the time, and I was like 10. So we're hanging out one day, and my sister's the father of my nephew, who's a garbage human who I think is dead now. If he's not dead, he's just absolute garbage. Yeah, that happens. When you live in garbage, you eat a lot of garbage. So, but this dude showed up with his brother one day, and they kidnapped my nephew. They just steal my nephew. Like, they walk in, like, they literally just knock, 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 knock. I was in the living room watching TV, right? And after the second loud knock, they just turn the fucking knob. And this is the 90s on Long Island. Like, nobody gave a fuck. So they just walked right in. And it was just me and my defenseless mom and our nephew Kyle just sitting in like a bassinet or whatever. And they just walked in and like muscled in and grabbed him and left. Like, they started walking out. Just as they were leaving with the baby, my two cousins rolled up. One of which became the career criminal psychopath that I'm talking about now, James. Who, again, he's a piece of shit, but when he dies, I'll go to his funeral. I'll say a prayer for him. Like, again, man, he's done a lot of fucked up shit to a lot of people around him, but he definitely, like, showed up sometimes during the, Marvel Civil War, and you're like, oh shit, I didn't expect this guy to show up and be, it's like when Magneto would show up to fight fucking Apocalypse, and but I was telling him this story, like, when we were at the funeral. I'm like, dude, I was like, I'll never forget when you and my other cousin showed up just as, like, Chris grabbed Kyle, like the baby, and they were gonna leave and take him back to their house. By the way, this kid's a foster cousin. He wasn't even blood. He was just a foster cousin, but we grew up with him, and he, it meant so. Jumped up, like, they got my nephew, grabbed him, went into a car, and they were gonna take off. They start trying to speed off, and my fucking cousin ran and jumped on top of the car like Mel Gibson. I was like, bro, I was telling him at the funeral, I'm like, I'll never forget. I was like, I was watching you, and this was like early 90s, so like he had the whole, like, sort of like still kind of 80s-ish, like, leather jacket, long hair look, and I'm like, I just never forget. I was like, I seen you grip onto this car, and I just seen your legs kicking, just kicking, and I was like, to this day I can't figure out if you were trying to kick the back window in or if your legs were just flailing because you were on the car. But he gripped both sides of that car with my nephew in it, and, like, I just watched this car speed off and then take a left and take off into the fucking down North Ocean Avenue, and I'm like, and I don't know, like, maybe I'm a little kid, so I can't remember, like, in the timeline I wouldn't remember. All I know is it could have been 10 minutes later, it could have been 2 hours later. All I know is that at some point as a kid, I just remember my cousin and my other cousin pulling up in a different car, just holding my nephew. and the cousin, the crazy cousin that actually jumped on the car was the one that was carrying him, and he was like, and they just rolled up to the house with our nephew, and I'm like, and I was like, dude, I'll never. And by the way, this cousin, again, he has made more problems for us in the last 10 years than he's been a benefit, but it's family, man. You just look back at, I'm like, man, I'll never forget that fucking story, dude. It was literally a kidnapping and another kidnapping. Everyone was guilty of kidnapping that day. But yeah, it was weird, dude. Like, my cousin showed up and he was out on parole, and like, he had to fight and kick and scream to get to to my sister's funeral. But he made it, man, and he showed up, and you could tell, I was like, he was not like, you know, he's struggling, but he showed up, dude. And I was like, fuck, man, it's good to see him. I feel like things froze up. Oh, Luke himself said just chilling. So I guess we're still alive here. All right, let's get through a little more steel toe shit. I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna probably try to get some rest soon.
I have to do a sincere apology, which means like not talking about women on my show, because the last show that she was upset with,
Hey, listen, ladies, if you want to date me and you want to hang out with Mersh, that's cool. By the way, I'm going to talk about other women on the show. I'm going to cheat on you if you don't let me do what I want anyway. That's what you do, Johnny. Johnny, you tell them this. Look, ladies. And I promise you this, it doesn't work for every guy, but just for me personally. If you want to date me, especially if it's long distance or whatever, we don't see each other all the time, or it's casual, we don't have kids together, we're not married, it's not, that's like, when it's an early dating scenario, understand this. The more you kick and scream about me doing whatever I want, the more I'm going to lose interest in you. You know what I mean? Just, I don't, like, you're never going to be like, it's me or the show. And I don't want you talking about girls that you might fuck or will fuck. No, I will fuck. I will fuck a girl in front of you, you dumb cunt. If you can't be fucking reasonable about shit. That's what you do, Johnny. Tell him. You only want to fuck me because I have a show. Don't ever get rid of this. By the way, even if you are dating somebody, don't ever get rid, just like Amaranthine and all these fucking whores on Twitch. Don't ever give up the illusion that you might kind of be single and available. Fuck that shit. You're single and kind of available. Don't like... And by the way, bitch, yeah, I gotta go to Miami for these things. I gotta do some events, and I might get my dick sucked. I don't want to hear you shit. If it breaks you up that much, leave. Go away. I don't know what to tell you, but I can't. I'm not doing this. We're not doing fucking ultimatums every day. I'm already. My life right now is too exhausting. So if you're gonna make it more exhausting, and I gotta start looking at my roster and deciding who's getting cut, you're gonna be the first one to get cut because you're the newest one on the roster. You're the rookie. You're the blue chip, and you're already starting problems off field. Like, I don't need this. You know, we're trying to win a championship this year, you dumb bitch. Yeah, I guess the stream went down a little bit. I don't know what's going on. I mean, I am on Wi-Fi. I'll hook the Ethernet up to this tonight. We gotta get out of here. I want to get through most of this before we leave tonight, though. Before we go.
I talked about the girl that's going to be on Dancing with the Stars with an ankle bracelet, and I showed her. Like,
oh my God! Can you give me her name and phone number? It sounds like my dream girl.
I'm really angry the Mariners lost, but it's fine. I lost. $28 today. That's not the worst.
Oh, there's a joke I want to make.
I know, I get it, I understand.
Anyways, but yeah, so I was talking about her. I put her picture up and I read the story, and I'm used to my chat being full of thirsty dudes.
Let's see what we're doing with tennis.
So when I went back to the chat, I actually mentioned how I was surprised that nobody made any thirsty dude comments, and apparently,
WTA. Ooh.
And then after that, we got talking about. At some point, we got talking about cheesecake, and I mentioned how I used to make cheesecakes, and then I made some comment about how I should make cheesecakes and when I work at Fat Jack's to give them to the strippers so they'll rub their titties on me for
Now,
some
is
cheese.
this? Were you talking to Digger 420 about this? Or is
No,
this
I was just talking to my chat and my show about this. This was me talking out my ass
okay.
about how I used to make cheesecakes.
So far, here's
We're
what
at four.
here's my diagnosis
What are we at? 412 tonight?
so far, and this is not an indictment of anyone. I mean, who am I? But this is not a judgment.
By the way, Aaron, at no point have I really brought up a goal tonight. Can I just point something out, Aaron? I made 417 on Rumble, and I made like $95 in coffees. So yeah, okay. The Rumble side a little too heavy, makes me nervous because yeah, obviously, Jesus Christ, it's rough on that side. But we still got some coffees too. Look at that. Whoa, you guys fighting? You fighting? But I made over 500 tonight, and I'm not gonna gloat, Aaron. Mostly because I'm tired and I don't want to have to clean the studio up while I'm fixing my computer tomorrow. But I'll do this. That scared the shit out of Clarence. Louis just looks bewildered at the bills flying around him. Like, what the fuck are you doing? Yeah, there you go. We did it. We did kind of a money plane tonight. So thank you guys.
Of anyone. This is just.
I'm just going to try to get through this video and then we'll continue tomorrow. We'll do a show tomorrow. Hopefully not on the fucking laptop.
An observation. Number one.
Urquit said, you're shaped like a grandma. Hell yeah, dude.
I think if you're going to do a long distance thing, you need to be very secure in yourself and the other person. And this person seems like they're being, I'm not going to say they are. They seem like they're being very insecure. When you have a significant...
They're being insecure. Aaron, I never sent Gino Bisconti naked pictures of my girlfriend to impress him. So watch your fucking tone. You know what I'm saying?
And you're also a public performer.
Calm your tits.
You can't just shut off one half of the population, which is women, and never talk about them or never talk to them. I mean, it has to happen. You can't change who you are as an entertainer just because this person doesn't like it if you say Digger 420 or whatever. I feel like she's being oversensitive. I feel like she's reading a lot of her insecurity into the stuff you do. If this Digger 420 is a fan and you guys want to talk a little shit, that's fine. Also, at the same time, if she feels disrespected, I mean, you do have to take that into consideration.
Yeah.
Listen. And
she felt disrespected.
But at the same time, I mean, it seems like she's using the "we're done" thing as like a manipulation. Like if you're done, then be done. If you're not,
she's pulling the plug, but she's saying that because she wants me, I guess, to call and fix it. And when I interpret that as being done without talking to her, that was me being disrespectful.
What that is you don't want to be manipulated by the, pulling the plug. Like, that's someone trying to gain.
Do you notice this thing Aaron does? Like, Aaron treats Johnny like the audience, dude. This is sick, dude. I'm sorry, I didn't have the video on, but who cares? Who wants to look at them anyway? This is sick. Aaron's talking to Johnny, like, and it's like these people, and then they'll be like, oh, but I'll tell you from life experience, like, I give out advice all the time. I give out advice based on my mistakes. Aaron gives out advice based on how smart he is. It's a different fucking posturing. The way Aaron is just like, the way women are, and this stuff goes. What you gotta do is hand your wife to Nick Rekieta so he could bury his nose in her ass? Yeah, I don't know if that's the best approach. I mean, I don't know if that's a bold strategy. Let's see if it pays off for him, Cotton. It's like, these women today, what you gotta do is you gotta rein these broads in. Shut up. What do you know? You're not reining any broads in. You're barely hanging on to Slam Piece at this point. Slam Piece is still blowing you just in hopes that you don't dox her. You send revenge porn of people. You're a fucking psycho. You headbutt women, allegedly, and break restraining orders. Don't have to say allegedly. You are a serial harasser of women. The serial harasser of women is schooling a simp. This is literally Andrew Tate top G level behavior, but it's just two retards with no money.
Control and the upper hand in an argument or discussion.
Aaron is just Andrew Tate without a Bugatti or a kickboxing championship or anything.
Instead of dealing as equals. If you go, well, then we'll pull the plug. Now, okay, you've pulled back your effect.
But you see my point? The way Aaron talks, he's always like, when you do this, it's like this. When you do this, you know what? You dominate. You're a Aaron. Everybody's laughing at you. The internet, you're a joke. You're a fucking joke.
You've pulled back your love, whatever you want to call it. Now you want that other person to call you.
There are so many clips of you being embarrassing that some of us are just hoping Will Heron dies of pneumonia in the hospital so that there's less repetitive clips of you embarrassing yourself. I'm kidding. Will, we love you, buddy. You and your off-putting smile. You're a nice guy. I don't want you to die. You're a good dude. Get well soon, pal.
So that you can then meter out that.
I mean, frankly, my sister's dead. I don't care. I would kill 1,000 Will Herons to get my sister back. So fuck you. You're still alive, you dumb But I hope you come back, and we want you to get back to what you were doing best, which is releasing Stalin's clips fucking 12 hours after Stalin did it already.
Love back to them a little bit because, you're hitting the feed pedal for the hamster because they're doing the thing that you want them to do. That's kind of gross. I don't like that. Instead, what you have to do is...
she was also saying, not to interrupt you, but she's also saying it wasn't just that I was talking about these people. She's saying, you'd light up when you talk about them or whatever, and you don't light up like that when you talk about me. And it's like...
She's an insecure cunt.
I don't really talk about you on the show other than mentioning a couple of times since the week she spent here. I've been very active to mention I have a girlfriend and I'm in a relationship. But and so I've been making sure would you? I mean, yeah, I would, but I'm in a relationship right now. So it's, I don't know. I wanted mostly to come out here and just prostrate myself and say I did everything wrong and it was all my fault. No, hold on. Let me finish.
Whoa! I don't even have a my computer's broken. The rift is beginning. Now, it's a 40-minute clip. We're not even going to do all this tonight. We're going to forget about this. We're going to move on. Tomorrow night, we're going to have a whole bunch of other shit. But we're also going to revisit this because... just to give you a little background if you're not following this like I do. So Johnny made it very clear he's getting very uncomfortable talking about this, him getting bullied by a woman in 2024 in modern year. And he told Aaron to back off of it. And then Johnny texted Aaron. Well, dude, I was watching this all unfold while I was trying. Again, I don't pay attention to your gay little worlds. People usually send me clips when I'm driving. I don't care about music. I don't care about, I care about inject the sector into my fucking veins. And all I was paying attention, all this shit was coming out, was drip dropping. So this had happened. And then the next day, what happened was Aaron did his nighttime show with Matt, and he got a text from Johnny during the show saying, I'm not going to be in tomorrow. I'm dealing with stress and the drama. So Aaron started just talking cash money shit about this girl that Johnny is absolutely not fucking, but thinks he is. And Johnny got pissed. And then Johnny talked shit on his show. There's a rift forming, and there's so many clips to go through that we're going to have to really go through. But again, I looked this up because I wanted to point this out. This is literally...
5 minutes ago.
Listen, this is Aaron. Aaron Aaron's this guy. If you've never watched Westworld,
And you? Do you feel
Who lead and those who follow. And you, my friend, are not.
a perfect one?
And you should have seen the look on his face. He couldn't believe it. You know what he said to me? God is my witness. But I'm the mayor. And I said to him, Mr. Mayor, there have always been two types of people in this world, those who lead and those who follow. And you, my friend, are not in the group you think you are.
I'm not sure our friend wants to hear your war stories.
Please don't stop on my account.
You'd appreciate it more than anyone. It's just the truth. It's always been that way. Two worlds. And frankly, better us than them.
What does it matter if a system is meritocratic if it's still unfair?
Thousands of years of being ruled by someone's fucking offspring? You wouldn't call this progress? At least now the people in charge earned their place.
And you? Do you feel like you earned it?
I had some help, no question. Privilege, if you like. But I worked my ass off.
this is literally every time Aaron or any of these newbies to the internet, like, listen to what Ed Harris says in the scene. It's so great. Listen to this.
You really believe it, don't you?
Don't you? I mean, you're right here with us, my friend.
I've been asking myself that question for a very long time. Did I really play any part in it? Or am I just the sum total of my code? Am I just fooling myself? Like you?
What does that mean? You deserve everything you got, and you shouldn't be made to feel guilty about it.
How would you know? Who am I to you?
You're a friend. A great friend.
You don't know me at all. I just walked up to this table and sat down 5 minutes ago.
This is literally me and Aaron's relationship. Or him and Nick Ricada's relationship.
Enough kidding.
Then what's my name, friend? You're right. More than you know. There are two types of people. And you, my friend, are not in the group you think you are. Which means I can do anything I want to you. To your wife. To anyone here. And it'll be fine with you. Sitting there with your dumb pliant grin just along for the ride.
Now you leave my wife the hell alone.
Oh, calm yourself down. You're probably not going to do any permanent damage. You represent a very significant investment of time and effort. When we're done, you won't remember a thing. Like your flesh closing around a splinter. You have no control, and yet you're so assured that you do. It's not scripted for you. It's genuine, isn't it? It's beautiful, really. A beautiful lie.
That is Aaron. I just thought of it earlier when I was talking about the whole Nick Ricada fucking his wife. And all I could think of was him going, and it'll be fine with you. Just sitting there with your dumb pliant grin, just along for the ride. Like, that line that describes Aaron. Aaron is the sleazy fucking dude in that scene. It's like, you're a great friend. What's my name, friend? Like, by the way, if you get a chance, look, watch Westworld. It's disjointed and it's fucked up and it's not. Like, I look at Westworld the way I look at a video game I love, where you go, man, they fucked up a lot of the coding of this and that, or this, or like, it wasn't a perfect game, but god damn it, it gave us moments. Westworld gave you moments, and Ed Harris's fucking Man in Black character, holy shit, man, if you want to take that fucking healthy black pill, he just has that, like, god damn, that character is so good. Dude, oh my god, there's a fucking cool scene too. So, you know what, fuck you, Aaron, we'll get back to you another time. Johnny's got a crazy girlfriend. That's the long and skinny of it. And we'll go back to Johnny's crazy girlfriend because there's a lot of footage of that. But we're going to leave soon. And I want you to watch this scene. This is such a cool scene.
Huh? As far as the eye can see.
So, spoilers soon. And I want you to watch this scene. This is such a cool scene.
Huh? As far as the eye can see.
So, spoilers. Cover your ears. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, spoilers. All right, the spoiler part. So, if you watch Westworld, right, it's a show about a theme park where they created very lifelike, human-like robots that were like AI or whatever. And the guy that that created them gets into a beef with this corporate board. It becomes a very weird thing, and he decides to update the code and be like, all right, you're human now. Like, you're going to come to life. You're going to figure out your own way in the world. And this is season 4 when, again, spoiler alert, leave now. The robots have basically taken over the world. And they've come up with, they built this tower with a frequency that makes humans do what they want now. And it's pretty fucked up. But so, this dude, Ed Harris, plays a human, CEO guy that ends up getting replaced by the, but he's, the best heel through the whole show. And it kind of works. The show works because he's the heel human during the Westworld, the early phase of the show, where you're a disgusting person who's going to ruin mankind. But then they kill they cripple and fuck up the human version and clone him and make a host version, but he has the same psychological profile. So it's the beauty is the end times of this show is watching the robot version of him start to take down the whole world. Don Jolly said, no, he's a robot here. No, I know. Shut up. I know that. Shut up. I never said he wasn't. Shut up. You're jumping ahead, Don Jolly. Don Jolly's taking a 5. He jumped the gun. No, you know what? You're taking a 5.